Hello and welcome, CNG 132-500 to Monday, starting week 15, our last full week together. When we start this week, we have a few assignments that need to just be recapped. In weeks 13, 14, and 15, we keep seeing the security policy assignment. That's only a reminder for you to do. You need two um, security policies in total. So make sure you are submitting two policies um, total for all the links go to the same Dropbox. So if you click that Dropbox, it's going to go to the same link, and you're going to already see how many you submitted. Um, so make sure you get those two in. If you put one in, you probably got a 50%. If you put zero in, of course, you'll get zero. So that's what that security policy is about. This week we'd look at Project 15, which has a optional assignment within it. But I recommend doing it. It's basically a credit check on yourself. Um, I do this quite often. Open up Credit Karma and kind of poke around, look at my credits, kind of see if there's anything, see if the scores are all similar. Of course, they're not going to be the same. They're going to be pretty similar though. And if one is, insimilar or not near the others, I definitely take a look at it and start to see why it's that way. So feel free to do that. Once again, this should be, from a security perspective, just by, offering security to yourself, credit monitoring is almost, it's a service that many places offer when they're hacked. But you can do this on your own. And it's pretty, like I said, pretty simple to do. Of course, Credit Karma does all the, I think does two. There are other places that do others, but once again, it should be an act of security that you're performing yourself, instead of trying to take a settlement from, I guess we'll call them out, Experian. They offered many people credit monitoring services, but like I said, that's something you can do for yourself for free. You can look at your credit all you want, but when you can even, I think, pull three scores a year from each of the bureaus. So, I see that kind of as a way out, um, in this time of security. I don't know. As cybersecurity is being, kind of looked at in new lights. I'm glad it's kind of changing, but still, something that definitely needs brought to attention. Um, this is our last projects together, so make sure to get those in. I did call last week to people to make sure they had plans for exiting the course. If you feel like you need a plan also, reach out to me and we'll hop in a voice call or a WebEx call, and make sure that you have the resources that you need to finish this course effectively. Make sure this week we're covering risk mitigation. Once again, we cannot get rid of all the risk. Some risk is going to be accepted, some of it's going to be transferred. Exactly what is your company and you comfortable with accepting what kinds of risks? Um, I guess one of the risks I accept here at my house is for security, is leaving my front door unlocked because I have four boys, and they're usually in and out of the house at different times. Like I would say, my 4-year-old, or I'm sorry, my 6-year-old, in and out of the house a lot more than my 11-year-old or my gonna be 14-year-old. Well, my teenager, um, I know he's usually up in the afternoon and takes off in the afternoon and then comes back a little bit later before dinner. So there's I leave the habit of leaving the front door unlocked, but so that's a risk that I accepted. But to help me accept that risk, I put in like a Ring video doorbell, so I can kind of, again, that's attached to my network, the IoT device at that point. Um, it helps me look at security through. I get the camera within it. It announces to all the Alexa devices, and then if I'm in a room with an Alexa device that has video, I can actually look at who's at the front door through that. So I feel that's an acceptable risk that I'm okay to live with at that point. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see. And I believe we have a test this week. Our last test together, test 4, and we have our final. So if you want to look at the calendar real quick, hopefully this shows up on your screen because I'm outside the box. The class ends May the 11th, so that is Monday. You can still turn stuff in till Tuesday, but realize like any questions in the class or about the class will kind of sum up on Monday. If you want to knock out this week's assignments and then start to do your test Mondays, that'd be a good way to end the course. If you have some stuff to turn in after that, let's see when the end date is on these. It should open up to. I usually go a day in each direction. Let me just verify that. That's still there. And I don't want to take this. So the final is 2 hours. And test 4 is once again 35 minutes. When you hop in there to take those, make sure you give yourself that time. I've been urging students to notify their environment that, hey, look, I'm taking a final. Take your final during the optimal time. If you're not a morning person, don't take it at 5 o'clock in the morning. If you're a night owl, once again, don't take it in the afternoon. Wait till that night. So you're setting yourself up for the best possible outcome within these tests. If you, let's see, I think we covered those good enough. If you're looking to bring up your scores, make sure you participated in the extra credit. And that's not the one I clicked on. Make sure you participate in the extra credit. Remember, there's 4 extra credit chances. I do not round up in this course. I expect you to round yourself up by taking advantage of the extra credit that I offer. So different from 124, different from 125, where I do round up in those courses. This course, I do not round up. I expect you to jump into the extra credit and do that. Which, if you have any late assignments, discussions, make sure to get those in. And then that leads us to over here. If your tests 1, 2, 3, and 4 are low, do Kaplan. Get that submission in. Basically, you're going to open a new tab. You're going to log into your Kaplan. It's going to look very similar to this. I guess I don't have access to anything anymore, and I don't know who that contact is, but you're going to click that N10007, and then you're going to click the practice exam on the left. You're going to take that as many times as you want until you get that 70 or better. Once you get that 70 or better, you're going to do a snip. Get that snip to pop up. You're going to get that snipping tool, do new, create that snip, and then submit that to that Dropbox, showing me that you got that score. I've had students take, let's see, I've had students do the test on Twitch. I've watched their stream as they've taken the test to show me that they can get a 70 or better. I have students take an Instagram. Is that Instagram? Yeah, they posted an Instagram, and mine is George Lemos FRCC Instagram, I believe. I haven't opened that in a while. I probably should. Yeah, George Lemos FRCC Instagram. Feel free to post them in there. I'll be more than happy to look at your post, and that's something to be very proud of, because that's just showing that you're taking the steps to prepare yourself for the real certification. Everybody likes that. Everybody celebrates you for that. That's really applying yourself. And then once you get that score, even selfies will work, whatever you want, just to prove that you have that submission. And that will end our grades for this year. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I know I've been reaching out to people to form plans on how to exit the semester successfully or develop a plan to exit the semester. If you feel like you need those services also, and I have not called you, feel free to reach out to me. Once again, direct message me through Google Hangouts, email me. Um, I guess you can even message me on LinkedIn. That'll work. There are many different ways to get a hold of me, but please reach out. I want you guys to be successful in this course. So once again, one of my favorite courses, I should say all the courses I teach are my favorite courses. But I want you to succeed. I just can't give grades away. I think that will end our Monday recap. If you have any questions, let me know.